term is culture. So anytime there's an issue with your community or the culture of your community, you have to look at the leadership that we have. In Brownsville, East New York, East Flatbush, Canarsie has been plagued with unqualified and corrupt leaders. Enough is enough. I'm voting for the 42nd Council District because I had enough. And I'm tired of this. So that's why we decided to combat and provide solutions for these disparities through love. That's my platform, love. And love stands for legacy, ownership, vocation, and education. Those are the 4 pillars of a thriving community. See, when we have a community and we practice legacy, we don't plan for tomorrow. We plan for 100 years down the line. But how do we gain that legacy building? We have to have ownership, right? We have to own our community. For us to truly have our own community, we have to own our community. How do we do that? We do that by having vocation, teaching our young men and women to get professions so they can have resources, so they can have a family, buy homes, use the equity to send their kids to school, etc., etc. And we need that to be focused solely on education. I went to Brooklyn Tech, have 2 degrees from Boston College, and I went to Columbia University. If I told you I was from Brownsville, Mother Gaston Boulevard, you say he's an anomaly. I'm not an anomaly. You just didn't hear the rest of the stories and all the narrative that we have in our community. So we need new symbolism of what success is. We have to change the narrative. And the narrative is by love. Why do I say love? Because if you look at 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 13, it says there's 3 things that remain. There was faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of all those things is love. Faith. The black community, we always had the churches and the mosques and the synagogues to mobilize us, right? For power, that was faith. Then we had Obama who gave us that hope, that sense of hope that we had an equitable society with equality. But now we're missing that one thing, love. How can we respect the government or other communities to love us if we don't love ourselves? So everything I do, from owning a building in my community and using entire rental income to give scholarships to the kids, is love. We have to love ourselves before we expect others to love us, others to love us. Job creation. I'm the only candidate that has done job creation in their community. Level Solar and I wrote a grant to the federal government, Department of Energy, to receive money to hire kids this summer in my community with job creations. That's what we do. We don't wait. As a leader, we are proactive. As politicians, that's reactive. Enough is enough.
Questions? 2 questions. So your opponent, I don't know district. There are certain parts of the district, like New York City, that have a different population than other parts of the district. So what is your take?
I mean, that's why I said it's a new 42. It's not just East New York. We cover Canarsie, East New York, Brownsville, as well as East Flatbush. But there is a gambit of communities in my community. We have a strong Hasidic community in Starlight City that has issues as well that we want to address. And we are inclusive. I notice my opponent, I don't want to give her too much light, but we already know that she's very divisive. And also, she doesn't cater to everyone in our community. You cannot be a council member if you do not address all issues for people in the community.
Talk a little bit about your academic background. You briefly touched on writing legislation. So what's the professional background?
Right. So I graduated from Brooklyn Tech, 2 degrees from Boston College, BA in psychology, a master's in curriculum instruction, and I went to Columbia University with a master's in educational policy and social analysis, which allowed me to travel to 40 countries in 5 years to do research. Right. So I'm coming in with an educator's lens. And I know that education is really the key and the only real social equalizer in our communities. That's what allowed me to, when I heard, hey, there's 87% of the third graders that cannot read on grade level. So I said, I'm going to go to Stone Avenue Library, which is actually the first children's library in America, and start a tutoring program. I said, hey, we're going to use the entire rental income from the building that I own, which creates a rental income of $80,000 a year, and give that to the children in my community. We want to change the narrative. Once again, leaders are proactive. Politicians are reactive. Enough rhetoric. Let's get down to the action. Roll up our sleeves and get to work. Everybody's telling you, hey, I can direct you to this agency, I can direct you to that agency. We don't need Google or Dispatcher. We need solutions. We need solutions. And I'm a solution person. Thank you.